Afternoon or good morning for the people here. Nice to see you all. Hope the Sunday looks good. This is another Sunday prayers. We're going to talk about your PMP progress or PMI ACP progress. So thanks for being here and let's make it very productive. Nice to see you, Dheeraj, after a long time.
Yes, nice to see. Yeah.
What's happening? So how is your progress?
Yes, so on exams, the scores are average. So my problem, as last week you mentioned, that is about time management. So I am
Hmm.
preparing myself to ask you questions
Hmm.
that I can further take help. So
Okay.
even I am not confident to apply for the exam also. So that's why 65 also I'm not thinking enough score. Like, I mean, in 40 exams I'm getting 26 constantly, 25, 26. That's
What
not
is 25, 26?
out of 40 correct questions.
Okay. Okay. Okay, let's come to the questions. Before that, you are reading. Which book you have gone through fully?
I have gone through partially for both Agile and Data.
Very good, nice. So you have taken notes
Yes,
and you have noted down the key points, what you want to relook again. Those all you did already.
yes, yes,
Very good, nice. So subject wise, your understanding is good, isn't it?
yes.
Right. Whereas when we go for a question paper, it tricks you. Okay.
Tricks me.
Okay, if I ask in this room, at least two more people going to say same problem, right? So it's a universal problem. Now, how many exams you have taken? Like 40, 60, 180? How many you have taken?
I'm crawling 40.
40. Very good. How many 40 you have done?
I think 4 to 5 I have done 40.
Yeah, very good. In this highest, what is the highest score?
26.
26. Is it a percentage or a number of questions?
Number, I'm saying numbers.
Okay, let's use percentage. It'll be easy for everyone, common communication. Yeah, that'll be easy. So now when you say 26 is more than 55 or 50 percentage, right? 56 percentage, something like that. Now this is not bad. This is not good. What does it mean? You are in the center line. Okay. First, be happy you are in the center line. You are too bad, right? Imagine you get a 20%, that's not good, which means you are in the center line, which means you are able to read, but somewhere we are missing. Now, when you analyze the question, somewhere did you felt, ah, I should have seen this term properly. Something like this you felt when you were analyzing.
Yes, after the exam, when I read complete questions again,
Hmm.
then many a times I realize this.
Okay.
Most of the questions.
Which means you have to do reverse engineering, which means you see the answer. From the answer, if you see the question, now it makes, oh, okay. Okay. Nice. Now you read the books few times, you took a notes of it, and now when you answer the question, you feel that the trick has been happened and you missed it. And now when you see from reverse engineering, you see that, okay, that's the right answer. Now, is this happening for any one particular area of subject? For example, in risk management, I do like this. Or in stakeholder, I do like this. Do you see any particular area?
Uh, 2, 3 areas. Schedule is one.
Hmm.
Then next, what I think is the quality.
Quality also happening. Very good.
Yes.
Nice. So at least you know the area where you're struggling. If more than one or two areas we have this problem, two things can happen. One is reading should be a little more refreshed. Some of the concepts you read, but your brain could not digest it. You read it. You read in quality assurance means I have to take care of setting up the quality standards. As a project team, how and what will be tested will be in quality assurance. You read it. But in a question, someone talks about quality assurance, quality control, your brain could not process it because you read it, but your brain doesn't store it properly that you couldn't reproduce. Okay, this is a very common problem. So one thing is you go back and see which area I don't understand, right? That first you have to understand the concepts very well. And after this, another problem here is question reading, that is English language ability. Sometime PMP exam is looked at as a vocabulary test, not a project management, a vocabulary test. Most of us are not native English people, right? Not native English. When I say not native English, okay, I'm speaking a language. I have a language at my home. I may have some other language with my friends. Now, it's not my native language. Chances are the words are not processed very well by my brain. I may lose it. So now, two things. One is a subject is not digested by your brain. Other one is language ability. When these two have not improved, I will not get frustrated. I will not get bad about my scores, which means I'm still in the learning of how to drive a car. I'm still driving. I don't know where the gearbox is. I don't know how to accelerate. In between, if I show frustration on the car, I may meet up with an accident. So I have to take a little more time to see what is where. So, thought to you, Dheeraj, don't get worried. You are very beginning stage. You have to learn more. You have waited your life of 20, 25 years. I believe you are 26-year-old. Okay, you let's keep you younger. Okay, imagine you're 26-year-old. You waited these many years to learn management because delaying your certificate for another 3 weeks. The world is not going to change. If you could have waited your life of 25 years, you could wait another 1 month to properly qualify. There is no point clearing exam tomorrow. Next Sunday, I ask you, what is quality assurance? You say something you read in the book. Doesn't make sense. A person clearing the exam goes and practice management. Yeah, you can refer the book, but you cannot tell I don't know anything. So it's completely fine to do these two things to revise the concepts and then look out your English reading ability. Nothing wrong in it because we are not having a native language. It's okay. English is a language given by some invasion and people lived in the country. So we take some time to learn it. It's okay. Go back and learn it. And the third point is on this little sense of urgency in answering the question. Sometimes people, before you complete the question, your brain says that could be the answer, right? It could be night also. I can't deny that your instinct is very right. But sometimes it's too early. If you read a question, you are coming with answer A, you're reading it, you're reading answer B. By answer B, your brain convinced B is right answer. C and D, you read, but only you read the English words, your brain didn't process it because your brain stopped at answer B, right? Could be right answer. I'm not denying that. But how interest you show or how much interest you show to every answer you read, this also determines your answering ability.
Okay.
I would have done this. I would have done this while reading an answer C. My brain thinks, maybe. Then a D, I just read it. I just read it. I don't know whether I processed it properly. So what I did techniques in my exam is some questions, or not some questions, most of the questions I read from the bottom. I'll read answer D, C, B, and A. You may ask me, Sri, it looks a pathetic logic, man. Anyway, you are reading A, B, C, D. What's the big difference reading from D, C, B, A? If you ask me, our brain is a crazy stuff. When you read from the bottom, sometimes you read all the answers correctly. When you read from the top, you'll stop somewhere. At least to me, it works like that in the brain. When at the bottom, I start reading everything properly. So maybe change the logic of reading the answers from the bottom. Maybe it can also help you. One of the thought process.
Okay. Sure. I have noted down all these 3 points which you have told.
Mm,
Revising
mm,
concepts, vocabulary,
mm.
and the urgency to answer the questions.
Very good. Then let me trigger you some question. How you will improve your vocabulary? English. Sure, I will watch Hollywood movies. No. Then what? How are you going to improve?
Maybe what come to my mind primarily is while reading, whenever I come to some question, some vocabulary where I am not aware of that particular word,
Ah,
I should stop, show some patience, understand that word, and then move forward. Not like
very
skipping
good.
it and going ahead. Like so, that
Very
is
good.
difficult, but this is what I think.
Nice. Well said. That's well said. Good idea. Two ways of improving vocabulary. Number one, we are living in a world of too much of information. Sometimes too much of information. For example, I take the term quality assurance. Quality assurance, generically people know that. Anyone in the company, if I ask quality assurance, they'll tell something. What is your second level of understanding? What is your third level of understanding? What is your fourth level of understanding? Honestly, many people don't know above one level. Even the people working in quality, today they call them as quality manager. You ask them after third level, they don't have answer. Which means deep understanding is very less in this world where we are. Now, how to do this? Okay, we can do one thing. You will take quality assurance, you put it in Google. Now, Google is using AI as a key on the top. It gives one paragraph, what is quality assurance? Then I will put another plus word, how quality assurance applied in project management. It'll give me some more information. Then I'll ask them, how critical quality assurance in the project success and a failure. It'll give me some more information. Then I ask, in quality assurance, how it is applied in a plan-driven project or an agile project. Look at the way 4 or 5 questions I asked. Now, AI or Google, whatever it is, I got some information by reading this, or for reading this, I need at least 2 hours of reading. At least 2 hours. It's not just one line reading. I will ask questions, read it, understand, further read it, further read it, further read it. 2 hours. This 2 hours of investment will stay with me till my last breath of my life because I search and read. It didn't give to me. I went and search. Anything you search and read, it stays with your brain. Right? So it'll be with you for a long time. If you spend time on quality assurance, another day you will do for risk mitigation. Another day you will do for stakeholder handling. This patience and proper reading will help you. This is one thing you have to do. Another thing to improve vocabulary is going to the glossary. Again, if you go to glossary of ShriLearning or PMBOK 7th edition, you have some words given, one paragraph is there. Some people reading one paragraph get the idea. Okay, I got it. For some, you won't get it. It's very human nature, right? Someone is talking about NPV, net present value. 100 times you read, you won't get it. What the hell this guy is telling NPV? But how NPV is used in a project selection. If NPV is higher, what's the benefit? Lower, what is the benefit? I will ask some questions. When I ask some questions on the one paragraph, it will give me 10 items to understand. So when I spend time with the vocabulary given in PMBOK 7 or a ShriLearning portal, I got more information. So this is the basement for you. When you put this investment for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, don't expect you will score 85%. You won't score 85%. You will score maybe 56%, but with the sense of joy that you know what you're answering. That's more important than the number of scores, right? You should know what you're doing, right? When I drive the car, I should know the steering is in my control. If I don't know that, then what's the point of writing exam? So, by reading the subject, step by step, you improve over a period of time. Every learning has impact on other area. If I read NPV, it will help somewhere in procurement. It will help somewhere in quality. I will understand more information on that. There is some connection. So coming back, not only for Dheeraj, I just this information for everyone here. Work out on your reading ability. When I say reading ability, your language, your vocabulary, presence of mind, have the patience to read the question completely. This is one of the skill, painful skill. Once you learn it, it is going to stay with you for a long time. Got it, Dheeraj?
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Shri, for sparing time for me. Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. I believe it is not only for Dheeraj. Is anyone else aligned with the same line what Dheeraj asked for?
Actually, my situation is somewhat similar.
Uh-huh.
Um, but for me, I feel the sole reason is I'm hurrying the answer. I'm not actually reading the whole question because I did full mocks, 2 full mocks,
Uh,
and after reading the paper, some questions are like very, very easy, and I miss them like without understanding that root word, like what is not the
oh,
option that you should, so these things,
oh.
and sometimes I know the answer. Instead of selecting C, I
Uh-huh.
selected B in a hurry.
Uh-huh.
uh, these are like not many numbers, I would say at least 10 questions, but that 10 questions give me the edge to pass the exam, which is taking right now.
I like what you said, Sabrish. You mentioned easiest question, I made a mistake. Right? The most easy question we sometimes tend to quickly think.
Yeah, yeah,
In school days, I remember the cricket. I used to play cricket where people, the ball, the toughest, fast bowling, I'd be very cautious to face the ball. There is one guy who will put the ball normally. You'll get a dent and see that is a very simple ball. It's hit it, but that's a ball you miss, and you'll
yeah.
get stumped or you get out. I'll be like, what the hell, man? Right. So sometime our brain, that consciousness goes away when you read a simple sentence. Yeah, that's where. Okay, well said, well said.
And another problem I struggle, I think this is the major one.
Mm,
Before, like while I was preparing, so far, like I read, like I already mentioned in the chat, so two times the whole Rita, and I've seen the recordings.
mm,
Right now, I'm unable to digest any new knowledge because it's putting a lot of strain and unable to concentrate. But
mm,
coming to the exam, I'm able to concentrate. I'm able to solve as many questions. I can sit like 3 hours, 4 hours continuously. That I'm
mm,
able to do, but I cannot do any more reading and any more learning on these topics. But I don't know the root cause. But same thing is happening on the exam. Before, I used to analyze the options and eliminate the options pretty fast, go into that like second level of understanding. And if you have seen my chapter marks, I have scored like at least 70%, 80% on all the chapter marks.
yes.
Uh, Even like 60 marks, I have done like 5 to 6. The
Ah,
lowest is 65 and the highest is 78.
mm,
So, but now when I'm sitting for the full marks, even though it consists of 360 marks, I'm
mm,
unable to grasp like what's exactly happening in the question. That's actually, I think, my main problem. So I
mm,
don't know the root cause actually for that.
Okay. Sabrish, you have exam in next 10 days.
Yes,
All
14.
right. How many full exams you've gone through now?
So far, two.
Two you've gone. Time management was good for you, if I remember.
Yeah, yeah.
When I say time management, the first 60 questions, how much time it's going?
Uh, un I'm until 55, I'm using like almost 80 minutes, and the last 5 questions I'm just rushing. So it's not big deal. I'm exactly timing. The last second mark, in the
Okay.
first mark, I saved 40 minutes. In the second mark, I wanted to replicate the exam scenario. So I
Mm,
put the timer 85 minutes. So 85 minutes sufficient for me to score a 60. So
mm, mm. In main exam, you have 230 minutes, and you will keep a 75 plus a 75 for the last 260 exams. 60, 60, you will get a 75, 75, which means a 150 gone. So balance, you will have 80 minutes. So first 60 questions, you will give 80 minutes. We give 5 minutes extra grace for the first 60 question because of anxiety, pressure. This all can happen in the first 60 question. So when you're practicing exams now, either full exam or you're practicing 60 questions exam, keep your time between 75 to 80 minutes, right? When you keep 75 to 80, same habits can come to the main exam. So this will be helpful for you. So time wise, I think you're good. Score wise, you took two full exams. And how many full exams you're planning further?
I'm planning another three with the gap between in one day, like 14 tomorrow, 16 and 18, 19 and 20. I'm going to take rest, and 21 evening I have an exam.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. All right. That's fair what you're doing. Now I remember your first exam you got is around 71 or 72%,
Correct. Yeah.
right? Second you got 65 or 67, something that range.
68,
68 you got.
67, I guess. Yeah, yeah.
67, okay.
One-
Which is in the range where you can clear the exam very smoothly. The range what you are, 68 to 73, 75 is a good range to clear the main exam. So you are at the right stage, time management. Your scores says you're ready to go for the main exam, which means in 10 days of time, you may write a couple of full exams. Third exam may be tough or maybe easy, but you'll do a score there. But now on, I will not be more interested how much score you get. I'll be more interested how is your reading ability improving because you're already ready for the exam. That's clear.
Yeah, yeah.
A person crossing 67, 68, 71 couple of times, you are ready for the exam. There is no way you're going to lose the exam, you're going to clear the exam. But the last 10 days are polishing time.
Mhm.
Whatever we know already, we have to polish it.
Okay.
Don't go and search something new to learn from the bottom. Not needed. You have put an investment of last 5 to 8 weeks on this, isn't it? At least 5 weeks. 5 weeks
More
of
than that.
investment. More than that, right?
Yeah.
So this investment, you have to materialize the investment the last 10 days. The knowledge which you have to polish it. When I say polish it, you see a subject, and that subject you have to see direction from plan driven, change driven, how it will work, how not this will be. Kind of you have to think in different directions. Take one question, sit and look at the question. Why this question is this way? Why not this way? Kind of you have to spend time more on polishing the knowledge what you have. That's going to help a lot in the 10 days of time. If you already have a plan to read some books, I will not stop you. But don't go for any new subject learning in the last 5 6 days.
Actually, I have done that, like reading the question a little bit more,
Hmm.
but I'm consuming more time, and at the end, my analysis is getting wrong. When I read faster, uh, um, I'm able to answer questions more. But downside of this method is I'm answering easy questions wrongly.
It
So
happens.
like,
And you increase your heartbeat too high, which is not needed.
okay,
Which is not needed. Don't do that. It's okay. Go relaxed. The same habit comes to you in management leadership. You tend to take a decision. Yeah, sometimes quick decisions are good, but not always.
okay,
Uh, you will be one day tired and they'll throw you out. Another manager will come to your company. So it's something like a running horse. If you don't run, they'll be phew, right. So in management, you have to go stable and steady, constant way. I'm not talking only for the project management exam, for your career also. Don't rush. Go systematic, step by step, observe the things, and then answer back. Take a pause, listen, and answer. But so for now, Sabrish, you are in a very good stage. Last few days of the work, please plan to take a couple of days off
okay,
so that you have enough energy to go to the exam. Don't go to the exam the previous day going to the office, next day morning going to exam. It's not a good approach. So don't do that. Okay.
okay.
Which center you are writing exam?
I'm doing online actually.
Online, which means your ID card you have to verify and you have
Yeah.
to verify your computer is working well. Okay. Don't use office computer. Right? You have to use your personal one, update it properly, everything set clearly. And in exam, you can take a couple of breaks where you can leave your computer as it is and go for your coffee, washroom, come back. Your camera will be always on. It will be fully on. They keep watching at you. And don't allow children or someone come to your room when the exam is happening.
Okay. What if actually I asked this question from Rahul, but I didn't understand what he was trying to convey. So if, for instance, after 30 questions or something, I really need to go to the washroom, like shall I inform the proctor? I cannot go.
You cannot go. As per
Okay.
the rule, only after 60th question you
60.
can move around.
Okay.
If at all worst case, there is a chat box given to you. In the chat box, you have to mention them, I want to go for it. I don't think they will allow you. It depends on
Mm,
the invigilator. At times,
okay.
invigilator is so nice person, maybe they allow you.
Maybe.
If not, you have to take break only by 60 because you read a couple of questions and you memorize a question and you feel you want to get an
Makes
answer
sense.
for it. So what you do is you'll tell them I want to go for a toilet. Then you go out, you talk to someone, you get a couple of answers for the question, you come back and answer it. This cannot happen in a center-based exam. In center-based exam, you are in the visibility of them. They know what you're doing. But here, they don't know what you're doing. That
Yeah.
reason they stop you not to go out. But if at all you want to drink a water, have a transparent water bottle, show them beginning of the exam, hey, this is my water bottle. I want to consume water because yeah, so and so. Then they say, okay, fine, keep the bottle in front of you. So that is allowed after you discuss with them. But worst case, you don't feel good, you have to go for nature call, something is pushing you. It's okay, human, right? Human. Good to ask them.
Mm, mm,
But you agree, agree. If you don't agree, that's it. That's what it is.
mm.
Yeah.
So and also in the exam, like I can go to like second question and third question only after answering like question one, right?
No, I think you can travel. You can
I
travel,
can travel. Okay, in between.
but no point in it. I will say, don't do that. Answer then move because there's a chance you miss some question without answering.
No, I
So
mean I'll simply select one option because it's taking more time. I'll answer in the first round like all the questions that I can answer fastly, and then I'll flag it so I can come and review them like
that's
that.
fine.
Do you
That's
suggest?
fine.
Oh,
Flagging and reviewing are acceptable, but without answering a question, don't move. You are on third question. You feel that I don't know this answer. Okay, let's go to fourth question. Don't do
okay.
that. In third question, any answer, A, B, C, something you choose, put a flag, then you move. Because there is no negative marking. By probability, you may get at least an answer correct. So don't miss a choice.
Okay, and one last question. In the marks, I've been observing more questions on like velocity calculation and some on budgeted completion. But you mentioned in our classes like the most mathematical question that gonna get is like regarding the PERT. So
Yes.
do I have to memorize other formulas and practice also, or like is PERT is okay, just one?
I put the same words back again. It is something like PERT questions are coming in exam, at least one formula question that is optimistic, pessimistic, most likely. However, the EVM calculation, earn value management calculation, they don't give a formula, but there'll be a number given to you. SPI is like this, CPI is like this. How do you interpret this number? What is your suggestions for this project? Kind of questions can come to you.
Okay.
Now, if to make people learn it properly, in ShriLearning, we have the formula itself and ask people to calculate and do. By doing this, you know the underlying principle, what is SPI, CPI. So in ShriLearning, whenever you see some calculation, take it as a learning process. In
Okay.
exam, you're not going to get a calculation, but you're going to get the number to interpret that number. That's a message.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood. Thank
All
you.
right, good. Then keep up the momentum. Nice to see and keep me posted in your progress. Fantastic. All right, that's Sabrish. Who else getting for the exam the next few days of time?
Writing tomorrow.
Tomorrow is Mugambigai, right?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
good. Mugambigai, I think we are in a chat this morning, isn't it? This morning,
Yes. Yes.
okay. How is your, how many full exams you did, Mugambigai?
Total 4.
Four you have did. Oh yeah, last two exam I was chatting with you. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
how is your confidence level? How do you feel yourself?
Okay. So it's a mixed feeling because
Ah,
when I write a chapter based or like the small test, even in one of the tests I got 100 also. But when
mm,
I write the full test,
mm,
the percentage is reducing. And when I see the answers, then I got it like as I read more. I'm trying to think a lot. Meaning,
mm,
like, okay, I know this is the answer, but then I'm thinking any other possibility of it, and then I'm correcting it. Whatever I'm correcting it, that is getting wrong.
mhm,
So it's like
mhm,
over analysis
mm,
of a question. That is one problem, and the other problem is uh, I miss like some keywords. For
mm,
some questions I really do not know the answer, but if I like match the keywords I'll be able to, but
mhm,
I'm not doing it when I'm like writing in a
mm.
full-fledged mode. So
Okay.
that I am like checking
Missing
now.
you.
So when I
Okay.
write shortest, I'll make sure that okay, I find some connection, a keyword, and then like do it. And over analysis I'm not doing it. I'm just thinking like okay, whether this is fine, I'm just going with that.
Okay.
And
So your
mhm.
instincts are working well. When you choose the answer first time, that's correct.
Right.
Okay. So then you can follow the same format in main exam.
Yes.
Okay. Which means that you buy a dress for yourself. The first shot, what dress you thought is good, that is good.
Yeah.
If you choose a second one, you don't like it, you go and return the dress back. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
See, the
One
brain.
more one
Mm,
I want to tell you is Shri, if there is an answer choices of 4, okay?
mm,
So I'm easily able to eliminate 2, and there'll be 2, right? So one, I know this may be possible, and the other, no clue whether like this is like right or wrong. The terminology is completely like new. So
mm,
then my mind automatically thinks that okay, anyway, this is like near match. That one will be right. So in that case also, whatever I feel as like near match, that is getting right, not the one which is like the concept or the terminology is pretty new to me.
mm,
So this
mm.
is also one scenario.
Okay. Okay. So if I observe with you, your instincts are working well, which means the subject is went very well, whereas more analysis not going well. Okay. Considering all these things, now let's go back to the
Yes.
exam part. You have exam tomorrow. What time is your exam? I lost your mic.
Yes, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, what time is your exam?
Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow 9 o'clock.
Okay. Is it center based?
Yes, center based into in a different city. So I'm actually traveling to that city on my way.
Oh, you are traveling now. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Good to know. Good to know. So now, I think you mentioned this last week. You're going to carry your ID cards, check everything,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you stay in a place, and morning you write the exam, if I remember that.
Yes, yes.
So now, I would say enough with whatever you read so far. If you have a notes with you, go through the notes. Don't
Yes.
don't don't take any text right now. It's okay. Whatever you read
Okay.
is whatever you did is fine. Your scores on a good average to clear the main exam. Of course, there was a slight dip in the last exam, but it's completely okay. Maybe, as you rightly said, you would have reanalyzed and changed some answers that could have triggered something. So,
Mm,
what you can do the same practice in main exam is
mm,
you go with the first choice. You
mm,
may not need to mark any question for flagging. That is a review
mm.
because your thought processes you work best of the first shot. But
Right.
that doesn't mean you will sit in the same question for more than 2 minutes. Don't do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm,
Now, time management. As I was talking
mm,
with the people here, the first 60 questions, keep it as 80 minutes max.
mm.
But in exam hall, how do you know it's 80 minutes?
There'll be timer.
But the timer will be 230, 230.
Okay.
It'll start deducting down 229, 228, 226.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I'll
then
see like at which point it is 80 before going to exam.
so now you don't have a watch with you. You're not allowed to carry your mobile.
Mm-hmm.
There will not be computer clock. There will not be computer clock.
Oh, okay.
There will not be wall clock. So no wall clock, no watch, no mobile, no computer clock. Nothing is there. Then how do you know 80 minutes gone?
Not sure. No, I have to only like see, minus 230, 80.
So you give calculating 1, 2, 3, right?
No, no.
Don't do that. So what you will do here is in exam hall 230, it's like an
Mm,
hourglass. The number goes
mm,
down.
mm.
So 230 minus 80, your number should be close to how much?
150?
Yes. When the number comes close to 150, that's an
Mm,
indication by now you should wrap up or pack off your first 60 questions.
mm,
This including your review.
mm.
Max and max, you can delay 5 minutes, maybe 85, which means 145 on the clock. Beyond
Okay.
this, if you delay, you start putting pressure on yourself for the next two exams.
Mm,
So when it comes to close to 150 in the clock, already by 160, 155, you have to get ready. Okay, time to wrap up. Wherever you
mm,
are, whatever you're doing, stop, which means it's something like in Scrum, time
mm,
box, time box,
mm.
right? Whether you
Right.
complete or incomplete, you stop that, which means you to run through all 60 questions, tick, 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 tick. Anything you have for review, take a look of couple of questions. Don't mark more than 3 or 4 questions for review. Worst
Mm.
case.
Yeah.
Usually people mark this match the following multiple responses. Those questions they mark for review because it takes enough time to read. Then they say, I'll come back later, choose some answer, go to the last, come back again, review it. So close it by 80 minutes. Why I gave 80 minutes? The first 60 question is because of anxiety, pressure, all will be there. Second 60 question, 75 minutes. Third
Mm-hmm.
60 question, 75 minutes. Decent time. So this is the timing you have to manage. There'll be plus
Mm,
and minus. Don't think you'll be exactly on the time. There'll be plus and minus. But keep an
mm.
average of 80, 75, 75.
Yep.
Yeah, this you have to do.
Yep.
Remember to take a break. Don't skip the break.
Mm,
You may feel energetic on the first break. You may think that I'm in a flow. Let me go on the flow. Don't do that. It's okay. Stop there. come out, drink enough water, go for washroom, eat something. Please buy something to eat or have some fruit juice or some chocolates. Your brain needs glucose and sugar to and it's needed because the highest burning organ in our body is brain. So you will burn a lot the 4 hours of time. So consume more of juice and some chocolates if you need. Okay, do this part. Exam don't have any mathematics question except one which I said right now, optimistic, pessimistic calculation. There could be few which is on EVM calculation, but all numbers will be given. You have to interpret the number. That's what will happen. Okay. Where you will have toughness in the exam is the questions will be around the packet of stakeholder, agile, leadership, quality. These are some of the areas they will trigger you, drill you heavily. So if you see a question, first understand, is this question talking combination of stakeholder and leadership? If that's the case, from the PMI ethical behavior, what should I do? What are the four ethical things, if anyone remember it, in PMI ethics? What are the PMI ethics?
Honest, that one.
Honesty, responsible.
Respect,
Uh,
fairness.
uh,
Integrity.
integrity.
Responsibility, respect, fairness, and honesty.
Okay. Totally, there are four words are there. First two words goes by letter R. Responsibility, respect. Keep two R.
Huh.
Responsibility, respect. Then comes H, honesty. Then comes F, which is fairness. Now, it is not a one word. It has a meaning behind that. Responsibility on my decisions. Responsibility for my team's success and decision making. Respecting the team people. Respecting my vendor. Respecting the decisions of myself. Respecting myself. Kind of, when you read these kind of questions, keep these four ethical behavior in mind and see how it is mapping with that. This will help you to eliminate some wrong answers. Look at the right answer. So ethical behavior of PMI, when you learn the ethical behavior of PMI, and this is called PMI mindset. PMI mindset doesn't come from the sky. Only these 4 or 5 items. When it's 4 or 5 items, if you go detailed into that, that's called PMI thought process. I'm seeing from that direction, right? That's what PMI mindset means. So see from that direction, I'm sure you will answer the
Okay.
question. Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Coming back to Mugambige now, you are all set for the exam. Go with a positive mindset. Think yourself that you are already PMP certified. That's why you have to go to the exam.
Okay. Yeah.
You have to go to the exam. I'm already PMP certified. I'm here to represent, get the printout. That's why I'm here.
Okay.
I'm not here to prove I'm already, because you read the book, you done with the classes, you practice enough questions, you did all your effort, which means you're already there. Now just be there and show the presence, get the printout, come back.
Sure.
Perfect. Good. Keep me posted on the WhatsApp if you have any questions.
Sure. Definitely.
Perfecto. Good then. Let's see. I have a couple of questions to discuss. Before that, I'm seeing one question from Rahul Sharma. Rahul Sharma, what's your question there?
Yeah, hi.
Thank you.
I think actually I was doing some questions. I'm unable to differ like where to use avoid risk strategy and where is the mitigate, because whenever the topic answers come, it's become very similar, like in terms of what the options are given. So just want to have a small discussion, like if you can have any question which we can discuss on this topic.
Yep. Question we can discuss. Before that, the concept understanding. I'm sorry, which batch you did, Rahul?
I was in March.
March batch you did. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's understand the concepts better because underlying is concept, not questions. Questions, one day I will share a question today, you will feel happy you understood. If the base underlying is not understood, it's so tough to understand the other concepts. So what we'll do is we'll quickly take a look of what is our understanding on these concepts. That will be helping us. Hope you are seeing the screen, what I'm sharing now.
Yes.
All right. So your question is about avoid and mitigate, isn't it? Is it a negative or a opportunity? Which one you're looking?
Negative.
Negative only we have avoid. Very good. Before you go there, um, uh, risk is a future event. Do you agree for that?
Yes, yes, it's a future event.
Which means have not happened,
Not
which
well.
could happen. Can I say like that?
Yeah.
Or can I use a term of what if scenario? What if?
Yes, yes.
Is it what if scenario? What if this happens? Right?
Yeah.
Before you go to avoid and mitigate, let's understand this. On what scenario you will escalate in a project? In
Like
what case you escalate?
which is beyond your domain in which
We-
you
okay. Which is not in our control. Can you say like that?
control. Yeah. Yeah.
Not in our control. So we're talking threat, which is negative.
Yeah.
If the sponsor's architect or designer who is going to
Yeah.
resign and replace, and this person is going to bring some new changes in the project requirement, I don't have any control on that because
Yes.
it is the sponsoring company, they are changing something. So what if the senior architect of the sponsor group resigns? I'm sure not in my control. I can only escalate and tell that to my senior management,
Yes.
guys, something like this happening. I want a proper ground rule. Everyone should be properly aligned before the new architect takes over the charge. Something like that. Which
Yes.
means something in not my control, right? That's what escalated.
Yes.
Okay. Then what scenario we go for accept?
In which we do not have any immediate solution. Like,
Uh-huh.
so we need to accept that that risk will happen.
Accepting. Okay. Which means even if it happens, we don't care. Is it so?
Not care, like when the risk will happen, at that time the action will be taken according to the situation.
So which means we are going to not talk risk. We're going to talk about issue here. Let it happen. I will take care. Isn't it?
Uh,
Let it happen. But if it's a major risk you are escalating, if you have to accept it, what kind of risk you'll accept?
There are two type, I think, active and passive.
Okay, there is active. Other one is passive. What does it mean?
Uh, I think I forgot.
Forgot. Okay, let's understand with the people here. Does anyone have a knowledge on this part?
Yeah,
Active, passive.
active is
So
you
act passive
Mm,
you plan
mm.
contingency for the active risk. That means you're
means
accepting the risk.
if there and active means I'll have a risk response plan.
Okay, okay. Go ahead. Sabrish, you're saying something.
Same thing. You will have some contingency plans for the accepted risk, meaning
Okay.
you are basically accepting the risk, but you want to deal with it when it happens. So you're
Ah,
preparing a plan. So
ah.
passive risk is you don't care if a person who doesn't contribute that much to the project and is leaving the company. You don't care. You like let them leave. So some that kind of
Okay.
risk. Yeah.
Okay, so accepting is two varieties, active and passive. Passive is a word where we just stay calm. In passive, it could be this way, which means there is a risk which has a lesser impact. It's not a major impact in the project. By the way, keep all in mind, whatever you're discussing is a what if scenario. Nothing has happened. I'm thinking, what if this happens? When I'm thinking, what if this happens? When I see a scenario, I think as Sabrish was pointing out, a team member is resigning from the company. And this team member is a junior team member, joined 3 months back, and he or she about to contribute heavily. Is a learning stage. Definitely resigning is a loss for me, but it is not as a big loss like an SME going out. See, a junior resource coming in, yes, I want to train this person. We spend 3 months of time, fantastic. What if in 3 months from now, the new member resign the company? I will say it's okay, passive for me. What if John, the SME, resign from the company? When I say SME resign from the company, it's an active thing where I have to plan something how to handle. And that is where you think, how can I avoid John not going out of the project? I will go and sit with John and talk. John, why don't you continue? We will give promotion for you. Maybe you are the next architect in the company. So what I'm doing is I'm eliminating that risk itself happening. That's avoiding. I'm avoiding John going out of the project. What if I couldn't avoid? What if I couldn't avoid her? I tried with my John. I sit with John for the coffee. John says, Shri, I really like the company, man. I'm not going out because I don't like. I like the company. But you know what? My girlfriend is moving to a different country. So I want to travel with her. I want to go out. Or I got a new opportunity in a different country to do my higher studies. I'm going out. So I tried my best to eliminate, but I couldn't eliminate. What I can do? I can reduce the probability of problem. How can I reduce the probability? Maybe I will ask John, can you delay your exit of the company? Which means you can complete some of my deliverables. Or, John, can you give knowledge transfer to someone in the team? Now, what is happening here is, see, I have a company where a person is going out, it's a less impact, I will keep it passive. Where it is a heavy impact, I will keep it active and I go for avoiding or mitigating. Or sometimes there are situations passive because we don't want to take any action. Even though there are some loss, to incur, to meet that, the expense is going to be very heavy. Rather, keeping quiet is a safe. There is something going to happen, risk. If I want to avoid the risk, for the avoiding risk, I have to spend more money than the risk itself. Hope you're getting what I'm saying. To stop the risk, I have to do some action. That action is very expensive. I will tell that it's okay, let the risk happen. Which means in active and passive is just leaving as it is. We know the problem, but still we leave it because no point in touching it. In active, we take some actions. That actions can be avoid, mitigate, or transfer, something you do. We took an example of avoid where we want to eliminate that situation. Okay, Rahul, how is your understanding now?
Yeah, much clearer. And I think it will be more getting clear if I'll do more questions.
Yes. Now you spent more time understanding this concept. If I am in your place, what I would have do is I will read the question and see is it avoiding? While it's avoiding, is it eliminating or is it reducing? These words I will watch. You won't get the exact English word in the question paper. They won't give you the word reducing.
Mhm.
They will tell you some scenario. By the scenario, you can understand the arrow is going down, reducing.
Okay, we need to understand like whether the question is asking to eliminate the threat or to
Of
reduce the
course, of
probability of
course,
this.
of course. Yeah, that's how it is, right? They
Okay.
won't give a straight line. It will be like a story. From the story, you should understand is they eliminating or they reducing. If you can differentiate these two words in the question, then you got the answer.
Mhm. Okay. Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So
Thank you.
this is underlying concept. Once you understand the concept, now any question will answer. Right? Good. All right. I think with the help of Rahul, we also touch base something on risk, isn't it?
Yeah.
You all? Yeah. So thanks to Rahul there. Good. I have a couple of questions. Let's go through the question. Before that, did I miss anyone who are preparing for exam? And you have exam date with you already.
Yes, Rick, Praveen this side.
Who is there? I'm sorry, I missed you. Praveen, which country you are now
Yeah,
today? Which country today you are?
Dubai. I'm in Dubai now.
Dubai. Dubai is a holiday on
Yeah,
Sunday. What are you doing there?
yeah, yeah. So I have booked the exam on 3rd of August. That is 20 days from now.
Sorry, repeat the date again.
3rd of August. That is 20 days
3rd
from
of
now.
August. Okay, it's very close. It's coming closer. Nice.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
since I have not uh, posted the course on WhatsApp you since last 15 to 20 days. So I just want to brief about it. Since I have given 7 full marks already. So starting score from 45, I reached till 63, and I have given more than 15 60 marks and 40 marks as well.
You
So there I
exhausted.
am getting the score. Yeah. So there my scores are around means highest score is a 70, and nowadays it is not coming below the 60. So in
Hmm.
between 65, I'm getting the score.
Nice. So you learned the trick
So
of answering now.
yeah, we can say that. But I tried my best since last 2 to 3 weeks to go beyond the 63. but it is stuck in between that range only.
Okay. Be happy, it's not going down.
Yeah, sure, sure. Actually, if
But
you
when you
talk about the
analyze,
competence,
when you
yeah, yeah,
analyze,
sure.
where
So,
you see
hmm,
you got stuck.
yeah, so same topic that you talked about, the risk management, that is my pain area. Okay, I am still struggling with that. And recalling the concept. Sometimes what happened, like uh, control chart, etc., and means or Pareto chart. I am
Mm.
unable to. Sometimes decision making, I will be confused, or sometimes in hurry, I will be answer something wrong. Okay, so reading ability. Earlier, I was answering just 140 or 150 questions. So slowly it increased, and now I am able to complete the exam in time. So
In time.
5 to 10 minutes
Mm.
early, early I can finish 180 questions.
Mm.
So slowly my speed is increased, and
Mm.
now I'm focusing on repeating the concept. So then it will be fixed for my permanent thing.
Okay. I should appreciate you, Praveen. I remember the day when you started, the numbers were not good, but you didn't give up. Huh? You said, I'll make it, man. So you took time to come back. Really appreciate that effort. The next 3 weeks are crucial for you, which means that work out more with Agile, spend more
Mhm.
time with Agile. I remember you don't have Agile at your office, do you?
Uh, yeah, currently no, but I do have agile experience more than 4 years.
Very
Okay,
good.
so
Very good.
and I gone through the agile practice guide two times fully, and
Nice. Nice.
PMP, yes, Rita as well. One time full, but second time
Gotcha.
50% I will say.
Okay. Okay. So concept wise, you are very good, and question answering also improving, but you're struggling to move towards 65, 70, 75, which is they're hitting back. So you're done with the enough 60 questions. You're done with the enough 180 questions. You can go with maybe one or two 180 question. Don't go beyond that. Enough with the, you did 7 full exams, right? Maybe one or two you can do. You reach the peak, whatever you want, you can do, you do it. Now, what you can do here is you can look out some key areas where you're struggling. For example, you say risk management. So, what I will do is I will go a little beyond this. I will go to PMI to read some risk management articles. How
Yes,
risk management handled in the project. I will search an article, I'll read article. Yeah, article reading will take 30 minutes or 45 minutes. One page will be there. Somebody will written the article. Author, someone will written an article. The article would have been written in 2004, 2015, some year back they written. How many ever years back they written, concept is same. I will sit and read what is happening in risk management, how in this project they handled it. I will read some scenarios, examples, because all your questions are coming from there. If I read a
right.
real scenario of something happened in one risk management article, I learned many concepts. For example, in quality, I'm struggling. Today we spoke about quality assurance. I will go and see quality control. How quality control work in automobile? How quality control work in pharmaceutical? I will read something in PMI article. So
Okay,
this should not take much time, but it'll be nice to read a story. What they did, how it will be a little boring also because these guys will tell a lot of content. It'll be a 5 page, 6 page topic, but you have to invest time on it.
okay,
When you
yeah,
do that, now what happen here is you learn the vocabulary, you learn the story. Now, if you open risk management, you learn better.
right. So, uh, as you suggested, I already starting following the same thing, but it is not reading actually. I am following the videos
Very
directly.
good. Mm, mm. Okay,
So it is
good,
helping. It is
good,
helping a lot as well. Okay.
good, good. You're on the right path. Just keep me posted because I don't see any message from you.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. I will do that.
Yep, good. Keep me posted on your table. What exams, what scores, what's average, so that I will also have an idea where you're
Mhm.
struggling. I can help you there. Okay.
Yeah, sure, sure. Thank you so much.
All set, and soon you're going to be Praveen PMP. Be excited.
Yes.
All right, good. Then what we'll do is we'll go and see a question. Huh? I have a question to discuss today. What I can do is I can share the question paper. Choo, choo, choo. Okay, let's go to the question. People watching from YouTube or LinkedIn, leave your answers in the chat box. All right, here is a question. Take a minute to read carefully. Then you have to choose one answer out of it. Let's give a few more seconds. All right, time to give your answers. I see few of them answer. Let's wait for others. Please go ahead. Uh, okay. I received a few answers now. Let's see how can we go for it. Nice. All right. Let me pull one of them to help us here. Srinidhi, if you're on the mic, can you help us? What is your thoughts with the question before you go to the answer?
Yeah, say uh, like vendor, the new vendor,
Ah.
like they would have taken a contract, say to supply a few equipments or goods. So if it is okay, each company they, say with respect to vendor management, what they do is they'll have their own rules. So if he wants to deviate and the others get to know, even they'll start their drama. So it would be better if he goes with the organization procurement process, because
Okay.
procurement would generally be taken care by the supply chain department, and
Okay.
he will have not much role to play.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's the answers part. Let's spend a little more time on question itself. Let's go before we go to the answer. A new qualified vendor, not only for Srinidhi, anyone in the room, when they say newly qualified, what does it mean in this context?
Based
Qualified
on the
means
source
the
selection criteria, so he's one of the probable vendors that I might be selecting, or just
Probable.
selected. Yeah.
Selected. Okay. Can we say is onboarded? Did
Yeah.
we onboard this vendor? Okay.
no,
Not onboarded?
no.
No. Okay. What does qualified means in that case?
Qualify means the requirements of the or the policies of the organization, they are qualifying. Onboarding means they are I mean selected. We cannot onboard two suppliers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We can onboard only one out of three.
Okay. But this question says a newly qualified vendor may be used for an upcoming project. May be used,
May be used.
which means it's still in the question mark. Is it your point?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. While discussing required services, discussing means let's keep X company and vendor is Y company. Okay, X company is talking to Y company. This Y company may be chosen our upcoming project, and they're discussing for service. Service is what service Y is going to provide X. The vendor tells the project manager they need equipment cost paid directly. So the company Y says, pay me the cost directly. Let's say 10 million for the equipment cost, pay me directly. Before you go to the answer itself, what is this meaning of it? Is anyone aware of this? If you worked in companies, what does it mean paying equipment cost?
Usually, equipment, when it means equipments, it is part of the capex, capital expenditure.
Mm-hmm.
So paying full capex at the start is not the appropriate for all organizations. So policy usually is when
Ah,
you onboard a supplier,
ah,
usually you pay maximum 30% of the amount to start
okay,
their initial process.
okay, okay. That's a valuable point. But they didn't tell pay in the start. They said pay directly. Is it different or same? X Y company says pay directly. What do you mean by directly here?
Directly means maybe related to direct account of the organization.
Mm-hmm.
Without creating invoice.
Instead creating invoice. Okay.
No, or I think they want it right away. Once they're about to buy, or the vendor team place an order, or are they about to deliver this equipment, they want it right away.
Right away. So which means in the start, whatever there is says. Okay. Okay. Now, first question. Don't go to the answer. Is this a scenario looks a day-to-day scenario in office, or this looks a little more complicated?
This looks
Complicated.
complicated.
Complicated. It is not a scenario just you solve by email, isn't it? Send one email, solve the problem. Can we do that?
No, not at all.
Okay. First thing, vendor management is a bit tricky part. Big tricky part. It depends on the company size or what kind of work you involve. We don't know all these parameters behind the screen. Keeping all this in mind, now the question is targeting you or me who sit in the manager role. They're saying that what should the manager do? Okay. When a situation is like this, which is we still don't know is this vendor is getting selected. It's a qualified vendor. Maybe this guy can be part of the system. Regarding cost, something this person is talking to me. When I read a line, it looked like, oh my goodness, this guy is asking money from the beginning or something in upfront. I should have fired this guy. I can say abruptly. But as a manager, how much of rights we have in a company to do this? Or how much of knowledge or information I will possess to do this? That's a question mark. Now, with this question mark, let's go down. I'm having answer A. I'm also having answer B. Okay. I heard from one person, Srinidhi, for answer A. I will also listen for B from Preetham. Preetham, I saw you answer B. You want to say something about it? If you are in the
Yeah,
mic.
because here it seems from the question
Ah,
they want that client should directly pay the equipment cost, and they don't want to go into the risk for it. Okay, that can be done, but for
mhm.
that one, you have to change the statement of work to include the payment for direct cost. We have done like this before also. But
Oh,
normally, before doing that, we also do a little risk analysis for this situation. Of course,
um,
there
okay.
is a little risk means what they tell that when you are directly paying for the equipment, that
Ah,
means the freight charges and all for shipment and all. I don't know whether it is coming from abroad or other or from the place of manufacturing, and the insurance coverage included in it. All those factors are not written. So there is
uh-huh.
a hidden risk is also there. So although I have indicated B, but in my opinion, first we should go for C and then we should go for B.
Mm, mm. Okay. So a statement of work can have details about the project scope, isn't it? It'll tell what actually
Right.
we look from him. It can have a high level timeline, a high level, some of the terms, like what do you say, payment terms can be there. That's what you're saying. Okay. Because this one vendor is asking, can we straight away go and tailor it as a manager? Because the question is targeting towards a manager. So should I heard from the vendor why, even though vendor is not chosen, I'm seeing that, okay, let me go open that stuff and tailor it. Is it advisable?
No, I think we should do a little risk analysis and then go for it.
Okay, which means you're telling that first to do a conduct a risk analysis of the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, which means we are going to see that what if your question is what if we change the payment mode? Is that your question?
Yeah, the payment mode, and if we do the change in the payment mode also, what
Ah.
implication it can have in the future that we do not know right now. Okay, so that little analysis has the project manager has to do, and in this particular case, he need to consult, in my opinion, higher management also, the senior level management team,
Not a
or
not a
the
individual,
or
not an
the
individual person.
procurement team, or the procurement team committee, and he should take a guidance from them also, and then he can take a decision. That means, in my opinion, out of A, B, C, D, C should be done first, and next step you can go for B, or you can reject it. Either of the two.
Okay, okay, I see your point. But I'm also hearing from you, this should be done, but don't do it individually. You can't do it on your own,
No, you cannot do it individually directly.
which means you need a department to do this.
Yes, it means you see, if the amount is less, then suppose you can take some decision. But
Okay.
suppose if it is normally, because this is a unit equipment cost paid directly, definitely the amount will be huge, maybe in millions of dollars. So there, in that case, he has to consult the higher management and take their approval.
Okay. Okay. Then let me put this way. People who gave it the A and also B, when you want to go for department, will that also align with the answer A when you follow the process in your company? When you follow the process in a company, which means organizational procurement process, when I say organization, I think you are bringing this all underpin stuff there, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's put the answers now. All right, the answer goes with the A. Okay, let's understand why A is a good answer. Now, I think we heard a good reason from Pritham why C and B. In this scenario, the issue is about procurement. The project manager is working with a new vendor to determine the relationship as part of conduct procurement, which means it's in progress. This means working in the organization's procurement department to determine a suitable contract. So whatever we heard from Pritham makes sense, right? To talk about the risk analysis, see to tailor it, but he or she cannot do it on their own. The procurement process includes, let me clear up the screen. The procurement process includes working with the organization's procurement department, conducting a make or buy analysis. Should I do this or should I buy this in the market? It also goes back to what Pritham was pointing out, could be conducting the risk analysis. How risky it is if I do? How risky it is if I want to buy in the market? And setting up a service agreement. If you look at this, it's kind of mapping here, but still you can't do it on your own. Then you have to introduce a department, and this department will have a step-by-step process. What is step-by-step process? What is step-by-step process? Do anyone know what they do in procurement process?
Signing the LOI.
Look at this picture, lot of topic put here. Let's know which area we are right now. Lot of text here. Maybe look at the table. There is a table given here. Which area where we are right now when you see this question?
We are, I think, in conduct procurements.
Conduct procurement, okay. So we are looking at this place, right? You're talking about conduct procurement here.
Yes.
Are we doing this receive, evaluate the proposals? Or are we looking at types of contract, what to go? Is it what we're doing now?
Yeah, types of contract.
Something like looking at what will go well, like do risk analysis, can we tailor it, do something. So why I put this question or a question, just a slide here is, organization procurement process is a part of project procurement management where it outlines how a project acquires goods, service from outside the performing organization. See, what is performing organization? The company where the project is happening. In our class examples, we see a hospital construction happening. So that's a performing company. L&T is constructing the hospital. It's a performing company. Now, how I'm going to procure steel, cement, or any technology from the market? How am I going to do that? Of course, I'm going to invite the vendor. But if something to be changed or something to be added, as a manager, I'm willing to do. I feel that I'm accountable. But as a manager, you can't just do that because your company will have some legal parameters. Your company will have certain process in place. A centralized procurement department will be there. You will approach this department and they will give you guidance what to do. Like what Preetham was pointing out about the risk analysis or tailoring the SOW. I cannot touch it. I can give an impact analysis to the team, telling that, guys, if you sign a contract like this, 6 months from now, 8 months from now, something like this happen. I can give that. But the decision making should be collaborative approach. You will invite some of the experts, we call them as SME, to involve into this process because as we learned few minutes back, procurement is bit sensitive area, legal or any penalty can happen. You may lose a reputation, your quality can go down. A BMW car is, we respect BMW, but BMW don't do everything. They have to get the wiper from some company, tires from some company, right? Certain steering from some company. Different parts come together. That's a BMW. But BMW will have a vendor management system, a quality check system for the vendor. If not, you won't respect BMW. See, BMW is a good car, but the wipers keep on failing, which means you put a wiper in a good rainy day, it is not wiping properly. I don't say that a wiper company is not good. What I will say? What you will say? Will you say wiper is not good or BMW car has a problem?
BMW is not good.
BMW is not good.
You will be so happy to tell, or not happy, frustrated to tell, man, I spent huge millions of money to buy a BMW, but the wiper is not working. But wiper has come from X company. So to avoid such things, I just said about the quality. Now it comes a cost parameter or SOW parameter. We take enough time to have a proper system in place, and this system comes under organizational procurement process, and this comes under another bubble in the class you learned called governance framework. Do anyone remember governance? Governance. So
Yeah, how the
in a company, we write a governance, how a project should be selected, how a project should be executed. There are some norms written down. In the norms, it is mentioned that this is how we do vendor management. This is how we communicate with the vendor. We choose vendor make or buy analysis. Some system is there, the way you work. And this process will filter or prevent any long-term failure. This process should not be painful. This process should help us, right? And I know some companies it's a painful, but still the main key for bringing this process is how can we simplify the way we work with the vendors. So the answer goes back to A, organizational procurement process, considering all the steps to be followed so that the manager can do the job. The manager is accountable. However, the procurement department is responsible to do all this stuff. I will follow with my procurement department. Guys, what's happened? The Y company is asking on the spot what to do here. When you want to give it? I want it now. Next week, I'm starting my construction. Next week, I'm starting my pharmaceutical research. Give me data because procurement department will handle number of projects. They don't want to respond to you only. They have to talk to multiple people. But I am accountable as a manager to follow them. But this question is a targeting what you will do. I will not take everything on my shoulder. I will give to my department, but I will stand accountable to make it happen. So PMI want to know that how much you are aware of vendor responsibility. That's what this question all about. Nice. Thanks guys for giving all the inputs. Was it an interesting question? To discuss something about vendor. Good. I think I reached the top of the time already. By the way, today I listened some of you who are preparing for the exam. I listened this scenario that scores are not going well, or when I'm answering, sometimes I'm choosing right, sometimes it goes wrong. This is a very common scenario. But one thing keep in mind, when you go to main exam, your brain works more efficient than now. Really, it is. Because your brain subconsciously knows that this is a practice exam. So you will not show your full acceleration. When you go to main exam, you will be 10 to 15% more in your performance than what you do here because you know it's a main exam. Your brain will be super alert. Your brain starts thinking efficiently. So don't be worried if your scores are some average. Oh my God, will I do this? Keep always a 10 or 15% above in the sense of performance, not the scores. Your energy level will be high when you go to main exam. So that is also a reason when you look at your average scores, I'll tell you where you stand, where you can go. Since the last few years, we have seen how people are practicing. Will this score help to clear the main exam? This is our understanding in the platform. So when you are preparing for the exam, have an Excel sheet. Tell me 40 questions, 60 questions, 180 question. I took this much of score, percentage wise, this much of time I took. In every exam, I had some learning like this. If you can give me a scale like this, it'll give me some idea to guide you. Chapter wise test, I will not disturb you. Give me 40, 60, 180. That will help you to guide you. Good. So people getting for the exam, stay confident and keep this mind that always is the consistency with the discipline will definitely help you. And people getting for exam tomorrow, this week, next week, do well, stay with the confident, go to exam hall, keeping in mind you are already PMP certified. And that's a more confidence, meaning, powerful statement. Yeah? Good. Any more questions? I can help quickly.
One question actually regarding the conflict resolution methods. I know what they mean, like, but in the exam, like the questions in the mock test, like I'm unable to infer the questions and how to apply them. Basically, I'm struggling between like accommodating and like other ones.
Accommodating, right? That's confusing bit. Okay. So what you're doing? How you're coming out of it now? What's the state now?
I'm trying to form my own examples. Like so far, before I had confusion for all the methods, like collaborating, like forcing everything.
Okay.
So right now I'm giving some like stories for it, like so it
Okay.
happened, but this smoothing thing is still bothering me, like
Confusing you? Okay. Just look at the picture. Are you seeing the screen right now? I don't want to beat with all this information, but one thing I will ask you to be clear. First, take a paper and draw X and Y axis. In X and Y axis, put importance of leadership, importance of goal, right? When I give importance to relationship, I want to accommodate with people. I don't want to spoil them. I don't want to miss them. A relationship is important for me because I don't want to screw up with them. I'll say fine. Even though I don't agree with everything what you say, I agree some of them. If you give me 10 points, I agree 4 of them. If I am goal oriented, for me, I don't care about relationship, more of goal oriented. So I will compete. I'll push them. Come on, man, you have to do it. Man, you are too harsh with me. Yeah, that's how I am. I want results. So remember this goal and relationship. One extreme is I don't want to spoil them. One extreme is it's okay. I want only the results. Two extremes. Okay. In these two extremes, if I say goal is also important, For me, people also important. I'll be collaborative. And this is the most time-consuming effort. You have to form the basement clearly. So for me, goal is also important. Good relationship with the team, people is important, right? Whereas when you see avoiding, for me, both are not important. Low. I don't care about the results. I don't care about the people. Both I don't care, which means I just avoid the situation itself. Okay. Now, in the center comes compromise. Now, again, this reading will take some more time for you. Don't want to take all your time right now, but at least if I'm in a place, I will take a paper and draw X and Y axis. I will see relationship. I will see goal. If I say go for goal, my intention is only here. I'll spoil the relationship. If I go here, only relationship is here, goal is not achieved. This happens in corporate. It happens in corporate. Some people are goal oriented, some people are relationship oriented. But what we are looking here is how can I be in the place where goal and relationship happens, right? This is what it is. None of this technique says it will solve the whole problem. Each technique will have its own plus and its minus in the problem solving. However, it is the most topmost one. Which one can be the topmost one here out of all?
I think collaborating.
Are we going with the word collaborative, or what makes you to say that's a topmost one?
Because in this way I can preserve the relationship and find a long-term solution, also achieve my goal.
Exactly. Now you got it. If you have this context in your mind, goal and relationship, when you read a question, read the question, am I compromising the goal? Am I compromising the relationship? What I'm losing here? What I'm gaining here? Now, if you see the answer, chances are you may get close to that.
Yeah, but but I'm struggling to identify whether it's the goal that I want or the relationship that I want to preserve from the question. For instance, if the two people are arguing and they have conflicts, so on like question is like, okay, choose which conflict facilitation technique you're going to use. So
Okay.
that is very little bit
Yeah.
information.
So you have to read a little more cautiously. Conflict on what? Technical, people related, what kind of conflicts they're going through, that you have to be a little more careful to read. Then only you'll get the answer.
Okay, understood.
Right? If technically they're discussing, I will see more of goal oriented. They're going on. If it is a healthy discussion, I will entertain them to discuss. If non-technical, unhealthy discussion, they're gossiping on one another, it's something going to screw up the relationship. I will be a little careful of how to handle it. Right? But conflict management is one of the most confusing topic. N number of times you read it, when every question will be new to you, because that's a more broader topic. However, it is for me, when I keep this X and Y, at least I can get closer to the answer. Right answer comes by your instinct. That's what your last final thing. But X and Y will help you. That's a hint for you. Yep. All right, good. Then, thanks all for your participation on the Sunday prayers. Nice meeting you all. Keep up the momentum. Again, we'll catch up next week with a few more people who got certified with their good stories. Good wishes. Catch you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Shri.